Happy Vlogmas! It is the 14th of December. Only a few days left till Christmas descends upon us. The year comes to end, and more importantly, Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker shows up on the screens to frustrate and bamboozle us. How's the Emperor back? Anyways, as the year comes to a close, let us reflect on one of the main things that I have alluded to and has truly pissed me off. Well, let's face it, there's a lot of shit that pisses me off. But the one thing that's mainly pissed me off is the game store wars of Ventura County. How can a town so small with such a small population of gamers have so many game stores within walking distance of each other that are so vehemently opposed to each other that instead of creating an open, shared group of gamers, they have proceeded to chase most of, if not all, the gamers away from their doors and sending them to just gaming at houses and ordering their stuff online, with the exception of the small groups that are loyal to each store. And the small groups that are loyal to each store, of course, do nothing but say bad things about the small groups that are loyal to store A and the store B, and of course vice versa. Now there's absolutely no reason for a town this small to have so many game stores. We've got like 37, I don't know, I've lost count. There's so many within walking distance and within driving distance and within a 10-minute drive of my house. It's just ridiculous. I mean, even when I lived in LA, there wasn't this many game stores. Has gaming become that much more popular in Ventura? No, Ventura is pretty much a game dead zone, with the exception of collectible card games, which are not even that popular, and some board gaming, which again doesn't really facilitate this many game stores that do basically the exact same thing. So how did this happen? Well, basically, it all goes back to the original store here in Ventura. And that the fact that whether perceived or actual or bullshit, every time an employee left that original store, they were angry. They felt that they didn't get what they deserved. They felt they could do it better. So they would take some money or borrow some money or convince their parents or sell their car and go off and open their own store. And their 99% of their main reason for opening their own store was to put original store out of business and to make money, to make a profit. Now, of course, as Barry Osser and any other owner of a successful hashtag Barry Osser, hashtag North Coast Roleplaying, will tell you, and hashtag Kevin Smith will also tell you, you will never ever make a profit owning a comic book game collectible card game store. At best, you will break even and keep a roof over your head and be able to feed your family and afford the necessities of life. Occasionally, you'll have a windfall where you get your hands on a Black Lotus or a Spider-Man #1 or a signed copy of the Monster Manual or whatever, and sell that, and you can do something really, really nice. You should reinvest in the store to make the store better, to bring more people in, but whatever. But you will never make money. Your best thing is to break easy. So one, going into the game store, hobby store, comic book store mentality that I'm going to make money, that I'm gonna, get rich, that I'm gonna roll in the bucks is no, you're not. And the second is that all these stores opened up in anger. All these stores opened up with the, I'm going to put this fuck out of business because the way he treated me, or the way he treated his customers, or the way he did such and such a thing. Never mind whether this is true or not. And I assure you that while some of it is true, most of it is hogwash. I mean, the people who say, oh, well, they were treated like crap at the store, 99% of them acted like crap. So, yeah, you were treated like crap because you acted like crap. The rest, well, we're gamers. We don't have the best, customer service skills. We don't have the best people skills. We don't have the best ability to interact with social situations. So, yeah, it's never going to be run the way, World Market is, or stores that pride themselves in their customer service. It's always going to be a very clicky, unique, niche store that appeals to a very unique, niche, small population. And these things were going to happen. And these employees felt, whether for reasons true or not, and that maybe this guy made good decisions or maybe he made bad decisions. That's not the point. But they would go off and they would open up their own stores with the sole purpose of putting this store out of business. And generally, with rare exception, they failed because, to paraphrase the Jedi or Lao Tzu, they approached the situation with anger. They approached the situation with the only emotion being vengeance, with being screw you, screw the customers. The only reason I'm doing this is to make money and put this fuck out of business. So they failed. The ones that succeeded were the ones that got themselves out of that mindset and decided that they were either going to do what this guy is doing here better, so people will come to me because they want to be treated better, or simply do what this guy over here is doing different enough and unique enough that I will be successful. And the stores that have been successful and remain successful up to today, whether it be the small, teeny little corner niche store, which can, or the huge mega store over there, is the stores that have withdrawn the I only exist to make money, I only exist to put the original fuck out of business mentality, and approached a new mentality of I'm here for the customers. I'm here to make the community better. I'm here to create a unique situation so that when they have a choice, they choose my store. We still don't have the population to support the amount of stores that we do. And there's always hurdles that these stores could be jumping to increase the population, but instead it's still very secular. Now, recently a new store opened up here in Ventura with the I'm going to make a lot of money, fuck my customers, I'm going to badmouth anybody who doesn't jump aboard my store, and I'm here to put that fuck out of business. Now, they have gotten a lot of business from the other stores. They came out bells and whistles and fireworks and dancing girls and made a lot of noise, but now they're getting bad press. People are like, I don't like going there. They're elitist, whatever, they treat people like crap. The thing is that eventually everybody comes back to the parent store because the parent store, despite everything, has consistently provided people with a safe home to explore their hobbies. And consistently, despite every problem and about every stupid choice that they may or may not have made, depending on what story you believe or don't believe, have remained steadfast and loyal and on the same track, which makes people, while these other stores fail or these other stores make mistakes, this store has remained true to its one very simple business model, so people keep coming back. Which leaves us with the current game store wars here in Ventura. And why does this exist? These stores should be working together to create a homogeneous, huge beach, West Coast. We're north of LA, but we're south of San Francisco. Here's all these little teeny towns between LA and SAC that have gamers. Let's all get them linked up. Let's all work together. Let's all create this huge mega gaming community. Maybe even have our own con, whatever. Someday Felicia Day and Mercer and those guys could come here. But instead we're like this. We're fuck you, fuck you. And these guys are over here saying, oh, well, this guy's a bad DM and don't go to that store and he never paid me and just fuck you. And this guy's like, oh, well, we don't really know what we're doing. It's just stupid. It's stupid that the game store wars exist. And how did it happen? Why does it happen? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how these stores manage to stay in business. Our population of hobbyists and enthusiasts are not that large enough to support one store, much less 3, all within walking distance of each other, much less 5, much less 10, much less the 30 or 40 stores are all within 10, 20 minutes of driving of each other here in Ventura. So it's just By the starting to work together, by the starting to mend the fences, by the starting to say, hey, I forgive you for the shit you said about me. Just stop saying it, and maybe we can work together to create a huge gaming community that rivals, the LA gaming community. So those guys like Gygax and Phoenix and TJ and those guys start coming up here instead of going down there. And we're the gaming community that's in the news all the time instead of fucking Burbank. That's what we should be working for. Instead of, you see me now, the victim of 1,000 game store wars. My dice bag is empty and I don't know the score. Player's handbook has scratch marks on it and it's too hazy to see. Oh Lord, what will become of me? Dun 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 dun. Catch you later, losers.